See, every era has its alpha. The one wide receiver who commands fear, demands respect, and changes the game just by stepping on the field. In the 2000s, that man was Terrell Owens. Loud, dominant, and unbreakable. In the 2010s, well, that was Julio Jones. Silent, precise, and unstoppable. Two wide receivers, two different mindsets, but one question: who's the most dominant wideout of their era? Today, we're breaking down two wideouts who redefine what it means to be wide receiver number one. In one corner, the silent assassin with the most receiving yards per game in NFL history for much of his prime, Julio Jones. In the other corner, a man who sits top 3 in nearly every major receiving category and brought enough drama for Hollywood scripts, Terrell Owens. Both were massive. Both were faster than they had any right to be. And both could take over the game at will. So who takes the tape? From the days of Jerry Rice to the highlight reels of Randy Moss, the wide receiver position evolved into an art form. Athletic, strategic, and explosive. Then came two gladiators built like linebackers but moved like gazelles. Owens and Jones redefined what it meant to be wide receiver number one. One played with fire in his chest, while the other played with ice in his veins. Julio's path was paved from gold from the start. He was a 5-star recruit at Foley High School. So highly covered that his high school coach once allegedly locked him inside the school to hide him from then USC coach Pete Carroll, so Nick Saban could secure his commitment to Alabama. Julio was the first true freshman wide receiver to start the season opener for the Crimson Tide. He wasn't just a stat monster, he was a physical blocker who helped open holes for Heisman winner Mark Ingram and helped lead Alabama to the 2009 National Championship. And despite playing his final college season with a broken foot, he put on a legendary NFL Combine performance, running a 4.42 40-yard dash and jumping an 11'3" broad jump. This forced the Atlanta Falcons to make one of the boldest trades in NFL draft history, jumping from the 27th pick to the 6th pick just to get him. Standing at 6'3", 220 pounds, he had elite route running, incredible hands, and arguably the best blocking receiver in his generation. He wasn't loud, he wasn't controversial, but on Sundays, he was inevitable. Julio averaged over 100 yards per game. Dominance no cornerback could stop. And when you needed a big play, he gave you a miracle. The kind that made you question physics.
All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready. Do you got your popcorn ready?
T.O. wasn't just a player, he was a storm. But unlike Julio, T.O. was a no-star recruit from Alexander City, Alabama. He was virtually unknown coming out of high school. He committed to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, a small FCS program. Not because he wasn't good, because it was one of the few schools that gave him a chance. At UTC, Owens was a three-sport athlete, competing in football, track, and even playing in the 1995 NCAA basketball tournament. He wore the number 80 in college as a tribute to his idol, Jerry Rice. Because he played for a small school with no winning season during his tenure, he dropped to the third round, where the San Francisco 49ers took a chance on him to play alongside the very man he idolized, Jerry Rice. Standing 6'3", 224 pounds, Owens was famously shredded and known for his bully ball style after the catch. He was a nightmare to tackle and could outmuscle any cornerback. See, he wasn't always loved, but he was always feared. His sideline fire and locker room drama made headlines.
It's my team. It's my quarterback.
But when the lights came on, he delivered. Owens was built for prime time, a walking highlight reel who didn't just beat defenders, he humiliated them. And even when he was broken, he still showed up, like in Super Bowl 39 when he played with a broken leg. He had 9 catches for 122 yards, one of the most historic performances in NFL history. Julio's refinement as a route runner gives him a technical edge. But T.O.'s brute strength and yard after catch ability made him a different kind of monster. Julio is a yardage king who routinely put up 1,400 plus yard seasons but famously struggled with low touchdown numbers. T.O. on the other hand is the third leading touchdown scorer in NFL history. T.O. played fueled by emotions. He wanted the spotlight and he thrived in it. Every catch was personal and every touchdown was a statement. Julio was the opposite. Silent assassin. No talk, no drama. Just damage. He'll burn you for 200 yards, shake your hand, and jog back to the sideline. Julio owned the most 100-yard games during his peak and holds the records for the most yards per game. T.O. had 8 seasons with 10 plus touchdowns and finished with 153 career receiving touchdowns, nearly tripling Julio's count. See, if you need to move the chain, you'll take Julio. If you need points on the board, well, T.O. is the clear winner. Owens' legacy is larger than life. One of the fiercest competitors the game has ever seen. Love him or hate him, couldn't ignore him. Julio's legacy is quieter, but equally powerful. The wide receiver who sets the bar for consistency and athleticism in a modern passing league. Owens was often a team hopper due to locker room friction, while Julio was an ultimate lead-by-example superstar in Atlanta. Julio reached heights in yardage efficiency we may never see again. But in a game decided by points, it's impossible to ignore T.O.'s 153 touchdowns and longevity. See, Julio was a better receiver in a vacuum, but T.O. was the more impactful weapon for his sheer ability to find the end zone across 3 different decades. Terrell Owens was the loud heartbeat of the early 2000s. Julio Jones was the solid metronome of the 2010. One shouted his greatness, the other whispered it through greatness itself. 2 wide receivers, 2 eras, 1 mission, dominance. So who is your pick for the ultimate alpha wide receiver? Is it the show, Terrell Owens, or is it the freak, Julio Jones? Thank y'all for tuning in to Tales of the Tape. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And please let me know who y'all like to see up next.